So here's the deal. On the day she finally got the bandages off her eyes, she didn't see him at all. Instead, she got a message from his little childhood sweetheart, saying, "You saved my brother, sure, but don't try to guilt trip him into coming to get you. He's busy. Find your own way back." She tried calling him, but he hung up right away. And the next time she actually saw him was 3 days later, when he showed up demanding to know why she'd sent that nasty message that supposedly slandered his sweetheart. But by then, something had shifted inside her, because the moment those bandages came off, a flood of information had hit her like a freight train, and she realized she was the tragic heroine of some sappy, soul-crushing romance novel, destined to be his white moonlight's personal blood bank and organ donor, the permanent scapegoat for his little childhood friend. Tortured and broken until she finally effed herself, and only then would he wake up and spend the rest of his life mourning her ashes. She stood there frozen, trying to wrap her head around it, like, if she died, wouldn't the least he could do be to off himself out of guilt? But her young nurse just figured she was upset that Ace hadn't shown up, and kept making excuses for him, saying he'd definitely come. But then she got that text from Lin Zukin, and she knew it was over. She called Ace, he ignored her, and she walked out of the hospital on her own, packed her stuff from his villa, rented a tiny place, and sent him a text, "We're done." She even sent one to Lin Zukin, comparing her to a fox who couldn't handle someone else getting the grape she thought was sour, and told her to go pick up the discarded grape if she wanted. 3 days later, Ace tracked her down, banging on her door, and when she opened it, he stood there all brooding and gorgeous, but the first words out of his mouth were in order to apologize to Lin Zukin, and right then, she saw it clear as day. The moment he said that, a wave of bad juju came at her, but it bounced right back at him, and shredded his amazing purple aura, like his mistreatment of her actually damaged his own luck. She just stared, and asked, "What year is it?" which threw him off. And when she calmly told him it was 2023, they were already broken up, and he should leave, he got all icy and gave her 1 hour to apologize, threatening her. But she shut the door in his face. Her heart hurt like crazy, but she turned off her phone and crashed. Next morning, she found messages from HR saying she'd been replaced at the company, his company, where she'd saved his life and won awards for her designs, and they wanted her to quit voluntarily. She fired back that if they wanted to fire her, they'd better give her a formal notice, or she'd file for arbitration, and they basically told her she'd pissed someone off and should just ask Ace, which made her realize he was trying to force her to crawl back to him. But she wasn't having it. She'd use the law, and